Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. More cracks in the bloodline, but can Roman Reigns patch things up tonight? Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the 16th June edition of the Blue Brand, as well as all the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know, including backstage news on the Bloodline's breakup, former world champion weighs in on joining WWE, a Jerry Lawler health update, another former WWE talent joins AEW, and more. As always, we won't recap the matches, but look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. The good. I'm out too. Bravo to everyone involved with the magnificent show-stopping segment where Jey Uso told Jimmy Uso, "You're out," seemingly kicking him out of the bloodline, but swerving Roman before super kicking the head of the table. Tonight's super kick heard round the world had fans talking as soon as Jey unloaded on Roman Reigns, stepping away from the bloodline and cementing his allegiance to brother Jimmy. The segment was played to perfection with Paul Heyman bailing out of the ring and Solo Sikoa looking dumbfounded, much like Reigns himself. As exciting as the segment was, it was a much-needed move as the Bloodline breakdown story has been dragging as of late. WWE pushing fresh talent. Some bold booking choices tonight as WWE put over Pretty Deadly, Santos Escobar, and Zelina Vega. There's no telling where things will go for any of tonight's winners, but their victories are a good start. As for the wrestlers they defeated, extenuating circumstances, such as Pretty Deadly defeating a team that had been wrestling for much of the gauntlet match, as well as Vega defeating a distracted Io Sky, kept the losers looking strong. In LA Knight's case, he's reached the point where he can shrug off any loss as long as the WWE continues pushing him. Bianca's heel turn progressing nicely. Tonight's exchange between Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair was an excellent example of how to develop a heel turn over time. Bianca Belair's growing frustration with obtaining a title match against Asuka has been building, and now she's reached the point where she's tired of doing things the right way, which can only lead to questions about how the babyface intends to do things differently. The EST's heel turn isn't being rushed, and it's progressing logically. "I'm married, bitch!" AJ Styles made a statement when he told Scarlett off during the Styles Michin vs. Cross Scarlett mixed tag match. Scarlett's apparent seduction attempt was rebuffed by Styles taking off his glove to reveal his wedding ring, and AJ telling Scarlett, "I'm married, bitch!" This was just one component of a well-laid-out match that gave all four wrestlers time to work, and had Cross use Scarlett's distraction to steal the win. Grayson Waller can't lose. Grayson Waller is an example of how to maximize a wrestler's strong suit, here, Grayson's gift of gab, while introducing him to the fans. Waller knows how to get under the fans' skin, and by the time he does wrestle, the WWE Universe will be chomping at the bit to see him get his comeuppance. The bad. Burying Hit Row. Hit Row's blink-and-you-miss-it appearance in the Tag Team Gauntlet tells you everything you need to know about how low the team is on the WWE food chain. The downright ugly. Nothing ugly. While Smackdown revolved around the bloodline, nothing new there, it didn't seem like a filler show despite a lack of any major angles besides Roman dining on the Usos' footwear. The WWE kept things moving with strong matches and continued teases about Io Sky leaving Damage Control and Belair turning heel. Bloodline breakdown complete? Topping today's news is the fallout from last night's Smackdown shocker as Jey Uso turned his back on Roman Reigns, super kicking the tribal chief and making it clear he stands beside his brother Jimmy. Fans are still talking about what's next in the Bloodline storyline. Will the Usos battle Roman in solo and tag team action at Money in the Bank? Or will WWE book a singles match between one of the Usos and Roman? Finally, does this mean the Bloodline is done, assuming Solo Sikoa sides with his brothers, or is this just a step back as Roman assembles a new group? Whatever the case, this is the drama that compels fans to tune in every week and should make for some exciting TV over the summer. The Usos reforged their bond. The WWE uploaded a brief backstage clip to Instagram showing Jey and Jimmy Uso shaking hands and reminding each other they've got each other's back. The WWE Universe has been behind Jey and Jimmy for some time now, and it should be interesting to see whether they can go any further in terms of getting over. There's no need to put tag team gold on them again, at least not for the foreseeable future, as their championship credentials have been established. Now it's just a question of booking them against Roman without burying them, and coming up with a strong program for them once their Bloodline storyline ends. Roman's reaction. And how did Roman react to the Usos turning their backs on him? The WWE tweeted video from after Smackdown that shows Roman Reigns in complete shock and Tribal Council Paul Heyman beside himself. WWE fans present at the arena let Reigns know how they felt as they chanted, "You deserve it." Rikishi Speaks Out. How does Jay and Jimmy's dad Rikishi feel about last night's assault on Roman Reigns? The former WWE superstar tweeted a gif from the classic film The Godfather that shows the title character mulling things over. Roman's portrayal of the head of the table has often been compared to The Godfather and other mob stories. Rikishi has hinted before on social media that he's monitoring the situation, which has led to fans speculating he might become involved in the Bloodline storyline at some point. Why Charlotte Flair was able to appear on Smackdown. Charlotte Flair and Liv Morgan are both working on a film documenting the life of famed women's wrestler Mildred Burke. So how was the Queen able to appear on Smackdown? According to Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp, the film's shooting location is in Louisville, Kentucky, which made it easy for her to appear in Lexington, Kentucky. Morgan is still recovering from an injury, which explains her absence, but the WWE is doing everything it can to book Flair. The 14-time Women's World Champion faces Asuka in 2 weeks for the Empress of Tomorrow's women's title, which suggests the WWE will be close to Louisville, or Flair's filming schedule is either over or it allows her a break. Jerry Lawler health update. Time for an update on the health of wrestling legend Jerry the King Lawler, who is still recovering from a stroke he suffered earlier this year. Lawler's fellow wrestler Dutch Mantell, who happens to have the same birthday and year of birth as Lawler, discussed the WWE Hall of Famer's current condition during an episode of his Storytime podcast. I've heard, this is news on Jerry Lawler, his recent stroke that he had in February that put him in the hospital almost killed him, and he's had some more mini strokes along the way. He is much better, but still not recovering as well as they would hope. He has trouble finishing sentences. He talks well, his voice has changed somewhat. He talks, but when he gets to the end of the sentence, he starts searching for words to end the sentence and he gets frustrated. This isn't the first stroke the King suffered, and fans still talk about the night when Jerry had a heart attack during a live episode of Raw. However, Mantell suggested this latest medical incident could keep the King off WWE TV for good. Mantell, who competed in Lawler's Memphis wrestling territory, wouldn't name the source of his information, but claimed it came from a trusted source. Wrestlelamia continues to send its prayers and well wishes to Jerry Lawler for a fast and full recovery. Former Impact World Champion heading to WWE? Is former Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion Moose considering a jump to WWE? Moose, whose current Impact deal is believed to be nearing its end, appeared on the Undisputed podcast, explaining his shyness might keep him from jumping to the WWE or any other company. That's also my big scare with ever going to a new company, going somewhere and making new friends. I'm really shy when it comes to getting to know people and being cool with people. I've always been shy, so every time it comes to leaving Impact, that's always a big factor in my decision making. If I go somewhere else, it's definitely in my thought process. Moose recently tweeted that his final decision is all about, "My decision making will solely be made from happiness, comfort, trust. Money dream matchups, big arenas are all great, but not my number one motivation." Sounds like Moose is happy, staying in his comfort zone, which could keep him in his current home. Another former WWE talent joins AEW. Last but not least, former WWE commentator and interviewer Kevin Kelly has joined All Elite Wrestling. AEW president Tony Khan tweeted, "AEW Collision debuts tomorrow night on TNT at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central at the United Center in Chicago. We're going to have a great announce team on Saturday nights with your new weekly commentary team, Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness, joined by expert analysis from legend Jim Ross." Kelly worked the WWE from 1996 to 2003, wearing many hats including ring announcer, commentator, and backstage interviewer. He's stayed busy in the wrestling industry providing commentary for other promotions such as Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. While Kelly was often the butt of jokes during the Attitude Era, his post-WWE announcing has been praised, and he should be a good addition to AEW's announce booth. Congratulations to Kelly on this new gig. Well guys, there you have it, WrestleLamia's look at the 16th June edition of Smackdown, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know in wrestling. Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.